Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Stress Less Career Show, the show where we help to really help you relax in your career to let go of the stresses of your everyday life. This week, we are on episode 10. Oh my goodness, as the numbers go up, I just get more and more and more excited. And we have a really special guest, Jessica, here today. She's actually our new designated resume writer for Work You Love. I could not be more excited. Welcome, Jessica.
Thank you. Lovely to be here. Super excited to see you and, as always, to work and partner with you.
Yeah. So I'm really excited because this month of March, we're really talking about marketing ourselves. And I thought, what better person to have on the show, especially when we're talking about career and job searching, than you. I mean, you're the resume and LinkedIn expert. So, do you have any tips or big takeaways that you can share with us on how to best market ourselves via LinkedIn and resume?
My biggest tip is to really be clear on what your strengths are. What are you offering the company and what makes you unique? What's the combination of different strengths that you offer a company and that you are looking for in your job? Because if that's what you are and how you are and what your strengths are and the company doesn't like it and you can eliminate that from your resume, then you've used your time super effectively.
Yeah.
And so really be clear on that and confident. Own who you are, own your strengths, be clear on them and present them. Your resume is a little bit more formal. LinkedIn is more of social media, and so you can show your personality a lot more. You can change it every day. Your resume, you really shouldn't change that much. And so take advantage of it being a dynamic media to try out different phrases, to push yourself a little bit more, to show your personality, speak in the I voice versus a resume, which you wouldn't really do that. So that's really my biggest tip.
Now, what do you say for people who are, I know we've had this conversation before where we're like, maybe our skills aren't like, we're not really excited about it. Like, I know I used to be really great at database, but I did not want to do database anymore. So what do you recommend for people who maybe have skills that they don't want to use in their next career move, or maybe they're transitioning industries?
So 2 separate questions. We'll take transitioning industries first.
Okay.
I would focus on the transferable skills that you do have and the ones that you like to use, which answers your first question. So really focusing on what do you want to do? Where do you add the value? Again, what's the combination of skills that you have that guarantee no one else has it? And so focus on what are the skills that you can transfer from your previous role to your new role, and what are you looking for? Really be focused, forward focused.
It really reminds me of, oh goodness, I think her name's Emily Wapnick. I'm probably butchering her name, but she has a TED Talk on the multi-potentialite. Have you seen that TED Talk?
I haven't. I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's so good. But basically, she kind of explains what you just said, which is kind of like, there's kind of the Venn diagram, right? There's in the first circle, there's field 1, and the second circle, there's field 2. Yeah. And that that overlap is this place where innovation can happen, and only you can bring this like new exciting thing forward. So I think that makes that maybe that would be a good visual for everyone too, to think about where is that overlap and where are you the innovator?
Yeah, and I really find that it's the combination of strengths. What are the things, nothing in particular comes to mind right now, what are the things that you can do this and you can do that, and putting that together. Everyone can do one, and not everyone, lots of people can do one and lots of people can do the other, but the combination of those is what you add. And usually it's a combination of, let's say if there are 3 of them, it's a combination of hard skills and soft skills. And so not just depending on the industry and the function and all of those things, but the combination of those is really important.
And now for those of us at home that don't know the difference between hard and soft skills, just can you give us a quick lowdown on that?
Hard skills are tangible and measurable, and they're usually job specific. Soft skills are personality based. Usually it's who you are at home and who you are in the office, and that's pretty clear. Harder to measure. You take it from job to job. Usually you had these as a child, and it's been with you your whole life, and it's just being highlighted in a different way. Sometimes they're really clear, the boundary is very clear, and sometimes it's a little bit of both.
Great, yeah. And so what do you recommend, kind of returning to the other part of that question, what do you recommend for people who want to, maybe they want to stay in the same industry, but they do not want to continue on that path towards developing that skill that maybe they are good at, but they just don't enjoy?
An exercise that I would do with my clients is identify your skills, your just general basic skills that you have, and then classify them in which ones do you really like to do, and those are your strengths, which ones you're neutral on, and which ones you just don't want to do. And really focus on which ones are your strengths, which ones do you want to do, and use those keywords. Use them as keywords in your cover letter, if you're doing one, or your summary email that you send out. Highlighted in different ways of saying it on your resume, definitely included in your LinkedIn in a lot of different ways. So being able to focus on that in combination with the keywords in your industry. Yes, you can do database management. That's not your passion. You can bring it to the table. You understand it. I think that's important, that you have an understanding of it, not where your passion lies. At the end of the day, you want a career that uses your strengths and that you really enjoy. Your day goes by so much quicker when you're doing things that you enjoy. We've all been in jobs that we just want to get through the day, and that's not ideal.
Yeah, and that makes me think of a visual here, and I'm thinking about a client of mine who is she has her own product-based business, and she's doing craft fairs and trade shows and a lot of things like that. And we talk about what are the things she most enjoys making. She makes all of her products by hand. And what are the things that not only does she enjoy making, but her community enjoys as well. And so we make sure that those are at eye level, that those are front and center, and they're they're the attention grabber. And then everything else is supporting that. So she might not enjoy making this smaller little product, but it sells, but it is supporting this, it's attracting people to her table so that they're right. So that might be a good metaphor or way to think about your resume, right? What are you putting front and center at eye level so that people are more likely to engage and ask you about it? But also, don't forget the bestseller. Some of the bestsellers that are going to get you the conversation or the interview or the callback in general.
Yeah, and really own what makes you unique, and really own that and be comfortable with it. Yeah. I find that also, when you talk about things that you love to do, you light up and your passion shows. And so by doing that, you really automatically sell yourself. It makes it a lot easier and it's a lot more fun.
Yeah, I love that. And so for those of you who are at home and you're starting to feel a little overwhelmed, you're like, I don't want to rewrite my resume. I don't want to, right? Like we're getting into overwhelm, because I know resumes and applying for jobs can get us into that space. What I want to do is I want to offer each and every one of you my signature free gift. It's a free guided moving meditation, creative moving meditation, where I help you release that stress so that you can move forward with a clear head and a clear state of mind. And I know Jessica also has something complimentary for you. We were talking about it before. We were trying to figure out what would be exactly right. But Jessica, go ahead and take it away.
So because everybody is at a different point of time of rewriting their resume and redoing it, it's always great to have another set of eyes. I know when I did my resume, I had a friend look at it. I'm offering a complimentary 15-minute resume review and critique to give you some feedback, to give you some suggestions on where to improve, to look at your wording, to help you identify your strengths, to really create a document that reflects who you are, and more importantly, where you want to go and what your strengths are.
Awesome. And how can they find you to get access to that complimentary session?
Best place to find me is on LinkedIn. My name is Jessica Saragovi. It's Saragovi, and you'll know that it's my profile because I mention a holistic resume, which is the type of resume that I've coined that really reflects who you are, what you've done, and where you want to go.
Awesome. And with that being said, I realized I didn't share the link to get my free gift. So you can go to workyoulove.now.com/free gifts. That's plural, free gifts, workyoulove.now.com/free gifts to grab that. And again, thank you so much, Jessica, for coming out. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Always fun to connect with you and see you, and looking forward to answering people's questions and moving on.
All right, take care. Bye, guys.